You can't help but notice that the Brotherhood barely exists to these people out here. We're like an urban myth, no real presence on the outside. We just don't adapt like we should. Used to be that all you needed to get your way was a suit of power armor and a laser rifle. Now, people are armed and organized. They're not afraid. But we still stick to our old approach because it's all we know. I know there's something we're saving in there, but we're in decline. Our membership is decimated. There's got to be something we can do. We don't take on new members. We're all descendants from the original Brotherhood. Something's gonna have to change, or the empty suits are gonna be all that's left of us. We're getting desperate. Hardly enough people to sustain ourselves as a chapter. They'll see the light, sooner or later. But I get the feeling if I don't take matters into my own hands, the change won't come in time to make a difference. You know, I've been thinking. The real problem with the Brotherhood is that we isolate ourselves. Our training is top-notch, our technology gives us an advantage, but when it all comes down to it, we're losing because we shun the outside world. We always make enemies, never allies. We refuse to recruit outsiders or see the value in their simpler technologies. I'm still thinking about what kind of role we could take on that would give us the best chance of survival. But I think things are starting to come together. I know the odds aren't good, but I gotta try. I can't lose them. The Brotherhood is failing. I've always known that. If we don't change course, we're going to fall apart or fade away. But until recently, I haven't understood where we went wrong or how to fix it. I think I need to go home. Hold on, I've got this. I'd like a large atomic shake and a double Brahmin burger. And easy on the agave sauce this time.
We gave you a password, Veronica. It's for your safety.
I know where you live, Ramos. Open up.
For Pete's sake. Opening up. Welcome back, Veronica.
Hello, Veronica. How goes your mission?
We'll know in a second. I wanted to talk to you.
Veronica, tell me this isn't about...
Yes, goddammit, it is. But you're gonna hear me out this time.
We've been through this.
The things I've seen now, other groups succeeding where we fail, it's not too late for us.
We've outlasted the end of the world. We'll outlast these upstarts.
Waiting in a hole for everyone else to die.
If we must.
This is a dead end for us.
I see no evidence of that. Nor do I see anyone out there with a solution to our problems.
How could you? You're too scared to look. Let's go. We're wasting our time. I'd slap him around, but he stood at my parents' wedding. Plus, he used to make excuses to get me out of my punishment when I'd slept through head scribe Taggart's lectures. Figure I owe him for that. He means well. He's just misguided. It's not too late to change his mind. He's a stubborn old man, but when it comes down to it, he's got our best interests at heart. If he sees some indisputable sign we're on the wrong course, he won't ignore it. The Brotherhood's strategy for survival worked back when we had a larger force and no organized enemies. We're a tiny splinter from a shrinking group. We don't take on new members, but we're still picking fights with the big boys. All these years, the Brotherhood has collected weapons technology. And for what? To keep it out of people's hands? That clearly hasn't worked. To defend ourselves? We can't compete with the NCR's numbers or the Legions. We're fighting a war for a lost cause. If we're gonna survive, we have to find a role in society, attract new members. Look at the followers of the Apocalypse. They use their expertise to improve people's lives. They train them to be self-sufficient. That expertise cultivates respect and gratitude, spreads their ideals, draws talent to their cause. They make friends like we make enemies. But they don't know a fraction of what we know. If we took on their role, we could stand up to anyone. We wouldn't have to hide. I don't know. We need something that shows the Brotherhood will fail, or that it can do better a different way. The only thing that gets its attention is technology. Maybe Father Elijah had the right idea. Our elder before McNamara. He had a nose for recovering lost technology. He'd send scribes out into the desert chasing whatever leads he found. There were a few he only trusted me with. I can think of at least one that'd prove my point, if it still exists. There's a comm terminal not too far from here I'd use to access messages from him. If we go there, I can pull up his research on it. Being around here isn't the same anymore.
What is this? Veronica brings an outsider into our home, then has a private audience with the Elder? The two of you may have the Elder fooled, but we know better. Veronica has always twisted the Founder's principles to her own ends. We will not stand idly by and allow her to corrupt our Elder's thinking.
Sorry about that. Just because I love them doesn't mean some of them aren't assholes. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. The pulse gun. Electromagnetic weapon from before the Great War. Experimental. It never saw mass production. But they were building it as a countermeasure to power armor, which they feared the Chinese were developing. Supposedly a prototype was being housed at Nellis. Imagine what it could do to the Brotherhood. We'd be on equal footing with any idiot with a gun. Maybe they'll think twice about engaging the NCR if they know one of those could be floating around. The notes say to look around Nellis Air Force Base. He suggests going through filing cabinets and computers in the commanding officer's quarters. Although maybe the rangefinder could work too. It's a targeting device for some kind of doomsday weapon based at Helios 1. It was lost sometime after the war. We held Helios 1 for a time. Lost a lot of people defending it. Too many. All for this weapon they never got working. If it turns out to be a dud, it'd show how flawed our goals have been. Father Elijah said he thinks a scavenger might have sold it on the strip. They defended Helios like it was their last stand. Didn't even know if there was anything worth defending. How could there be, with all we lost? Even if it did work, it'd be under NCR control now. So it'd either prove our goals are wrong, or we're incapable of pursuing them. There's a pawn shop in Outer Vegas we could check, and I've heard of a gift shop in the Strip that deals in pre-war antiques. And it looks like the NCR was onto some miracle farming technology. Supposedly it's a vegetation enhancer. NCR has a science branch headquartered at McCarran Airport. Guess they found something. Guess somebody wasn't very good at keeping secrets either. We'd never pursue it because it's not a weapon, but self-sufficiency is fundamental to us. If it works, they'd see the value of an alternate course. What better way to persuade them than to give them a taste of what they stand to gain, right? Maybe the best place to start is to see what we can find out directly from the NCR. Let's head to their OSI office at McCarran.
Veronica, I hope...
I brought you a present. This disc has secrets to breeding plants that can thrive in the wasteland.
High Elder Maxon didn't found us to be botanists, Veronica.
Think about it. No more trading guns for food. Total self-sufficiency. It's what we always wanted.
This won't get us Hoover Dam.
Yes, it will. If we feed people, they'll support us. They'll join us.
What does the Codex say?
A bunch of closed-minded bullshit.
We do not help them or let them in.
But...
We keep knowledge they must never have.
give it a chance. For me. I can't stay here and watch us waste away.
I'm sorry.
We'll die out.
I know.
Come on. I can't listen to this anymore. He wouldn't listen. The truth was right there staring him in the face. How could he not listen? Well, I knew he wouldn't listen to me. That's why we went out of our way to find something that he couldn't ignore. But it didn't make any difference. Our case wouldn't be any stronger if tomorrow they all died when their energy weapons backfired. I just didn't expect that. There was no getting through to him. I thought I knew him better than that, but it was like talking to a stranger. How can I help them when they won't accept it? The hell of it is he's one of our most progressive members. If I can't get him to agree, it's hopeless. I don't know if I can stay. Maybe it'd be better for everyone if I left. Spent my life somewhere else. Work with the followers of the apocalypse, maybe. Put my knowledge to some good use. Or I can stay here with the people I care about and do whatever I can until it comes to a slow or sudden end. What would my life be like here, knowing what's to come? They're not gonna like this. We're given a chance when we're young to choose whether to stay. If we do, it's supposed to be for life. But they haven't left me any choice. It's this or a lifetime of scavenging and watching my friends die and losing battles. I guess it's settled then. Let's get going. I'd like to get my mind off all this, and some fresh air would do me some good, right about now.
We heard Veronica talking with the Elder. We won't stand for this. Their sentimentality prevents them from administering justice. Our duty is to the Codex above all, something your companion has forgotten, and that gives us the authority to make it our place. High Elder Maxon didn't just found the Brotherhood, he defined it. To serve in the Brotherhood is to serve his ideals. Our way of life is based on them. We know no other path. There is no other path. With her leanings, Veronica spits in the face of every knight, paladin, and scribe to serve in our ranks. She'd be doing a greater service by carrying out her duties and not trying to undermine the Elder's authority. This had better be the last time her loyalty falters. You've been warned. Leaving? Into exile? Good. Save us the trouble. But mark me well. Any hint of treachery or thought of return, and we will erase the both of you from existence.
Well, if there was any question of whether I should leave, I guess there's my answer. I think if I stayed, I'd end up causing trouble. Sometimes I just can't help myself. This way is better for me, and for them. There's a followers outpost up near one of my old scavenging grounds. Used to do some trading with a doctor there. If I work out of there, I'll still be able to keep tabs on Hidden Valley if I needed to. I know that route like the back of my hand. If it's all right, I'd like to head that way. Meet some people, see if I can be of any use.
What can the followers of the Apocalypse do for you today? The Brotherhood? Well, this is unusual, I must say, but very welcome. There's certainly a lot we could learn from your technological expertise. Dr. Schiller usually handles placement and he won't be back until tomorrow. If you could come back then, we can see about your assignment. Take care of yourself.
Oh no. No.
Sharing knowledge with an outsider organization, I knew Veronica couldn't be trusted. We tracked your movements a long way, but it was worth to catch her in the act. Passing Brotherhood secrets to outsiders is the lowest form of treason. She has made her intentions plain. We will not risk any further damage. In the name of the Elder, I hereby sentence you to death.
God, I did this. This was my fault. Why didn't I see this coming? Of course they'd track me. Of course they'd assume the worst. Sure, I left them, but that didn't mean I'd ever be free of them. I should have known I was beaten before I began. I had to try, you know? These poor people. Seems like either way there's not much I can do to help anyone. Think maybe it's safer if I don't try. I was just trying to put it all behind me. Find some place where what I do would actually have some influence. I should have expected this, though. Different story, same ending. I should have left a long time ago. Cut my losses before it came to this. I never stood a chance. I'm not risking this happening again. I'm gonna have to keep to myself. Better that way, for everyone. I'll still finish what I started with you, though. If you're not afraid, that is. I'll just try not to get too caught up in it all. Listen, I want to thank you for helping me out. I'm sorry that things didn't go like I'd hoped, but at least I got the chance to try. At least I know for sure that there was nothing I could do. Thank you for giving me that chance.